I'm Daniela Ibarra, and welcome to the International Film Festival in Puerto Vallarta on 2019 edition. Today we're joined by Jake Jaxson. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you for having me.
Who is the director of the film Leave It to Levi. So, tell me, how was it to bring Levi's life on the screen?
Well, I've been working with Levi for 6 years. So I've been basically making this movie over those last 6 years. And I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes of what it takes and the struggles that he went through to be a pornographic actor, dealing with his mother, and then becoming a drag queen, Sassy. So, this was more, a story. While it's about Levi, it really is about his mom. So it was a very sweet, loving, and exciting story to tell.
Yeah, I saw the movie and it's really touched.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people, when they hear the subject, they're like, and they don't quite understand, even though this is about someone who does pornography and then a drag queen, it really is the same story that we all have with our mothers. Finding that ability to be accepted and finding that place where you can just be together. And it doesn't happen for everybody, but in this case, there's a happy ending.
Yeah, and most of the people don't get it.
I usually, people don't get it, I'm like, oh, poor them. So.
What was the biggest challenge that you've been through on the filming?
Well, because it's a documentary, I guess the challenge is always, are you going to do the subject justice? And in this case, I'm close to Levi. So I have to balance the ability to tell a story where an audience will find it interesting and not just because I'm emotionally invested in him. And the same thing with his mother, that became more stressful because she's putting herself out there and allowing her innermost feelings and thoughts to be broadcast. And I did not want to break the trust that they gave me. So when you're editing a film like that, it's incredibly stressful because you have to always process it out with, this is a good story, how do they look? And you have to kind of always be able to sort of step back and look at it and go, is this worth it? And at the end of the day, it was. So.
Levi is kind of your son, and you protect him.
It's interesting. I always shied away from that comparison. I was an adopted child also, and I did not have as much of I had a much different experience than he and his mother had. And so in a certain way, a lot of people would say, oh, you're kind of like a father figure, and that always frightened me because, I didn't really always have the best experience. So for me, I was looking at it like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to fall into that category. But when Anne, his mother, said it, you're like a father to him, I finally just said, okay, I'll accept that and take that. But on the flip side of it, they have become, like family to me. So, I find, Luke says in the movie, Levi says in the movie, your friends sometimes become your own, you have to make them your own family. And I think more and more today, we're building modern families of friends and associates and people that we're close to. And I think that's okay. So.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me here.
No, thank you very much for being here, and it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.